My dear students, good day and welcome to today's session. We are discussing gas laws. Totally 4 gas laws. Out of that, yesterday we understood Boyle's law, and today we are going to discuss Charles law. Okay, all these gas laws are governed by 4 measurable properties: P, V, T, and N. N stands for amount of gas in terms of mole. Okay, so only with these 4 measurable properties how gas behaves. Okay, they are called as gas laws, and today we are going to discuss second gas law, that is Charles law. Okay, right. Jacques Charles. Okay, this law was given by a famous scientist, Jacques Charles. Okay, so his law is used in day-to-day life, where we'll see later. Right. Okay. Charles law is the relation between volume and temperature, keeping the pressure and amount of gas constant. Okay, I told out of 4, we discussed 2 relations, keeping the remaining 2 constant. So, what it says at constant pressure, the volume occupied by a fixed amount of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Correct? As the temperature of a gas increases, naturally volume also increases, because when we increase the temperature of a gas, kinetic energy of gaseous molecules increases, thereby they want to move, so naturally volume increases or gas expands. So expansion of gas is because of increase in the temperature, provided pressure is kept constant. That means at normal atmospheric pressure, if we carry out, this result holds good for the known amount of gas, for the given amount of gas. Okay, so that means volume and the temperature are directly related. So mathematically, V is directly proportional to T, and if you remove the proportionality sign, we have to keep some constant. Therefore, V equal to constant into T, or if you go for the cross multiplication, V by T is equal to constant. How we have done in the case of Boyle's law. Here also, if you change the temperature from T1 to T2, at the same time, volume also changes from V1 to V2. So using this equation, V by T equal to constant. So we go for this equation. When V by T equal to constant, V1 by T1 also constant, V2 by T2 also constant, until Vn by Tn. Okay, that's why only first two I have taken. So V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. This is a graphical representation of Charles' law. So in the Boyle's law, we did a graphical representation. Their temperature was constant. Therefore, those graphs were called as isotherm. Iso means the same, therm is temperature. Here, we are keeping the pressure constant. Therefore, these graphs are called as isobars. Bar stands for the pressure. It is one of the units of pressure. Therefore, same pressure isobar. Okay. So these graphs are called as what? Isobars. So to understand the Charles law, we have to plot a graph between volume and the temperature. Okay. So take the volume on the y-axis and the temperature on the x-axis. This is the origin, 0, 100, 200, and so on. And this side minus 100, minus 200, and so on. Okay. When you plot volume versus the temperature, naturally, because they are directly related, so we have to get a straight line at a different pressures. Okay. So at this pressure, this is a straight line. Maybe he might have done for the different pressure, 2 atmosphere pressure or 100 atmosphere pressure, keeping the pressure constant. He has done the experiment. So again, same relation. So relation is same, straight line, because this is the law. Okay. So at different pressures, he has done it. So all 4 are straight line. But the interesting point is what? So this is graph between volume and temperature starting from 0. This is the origin. Okay. So when you extra plot all the 4 graphs, so using the scale, okay, but these will meet at a common point. That is the important point of this Charles law. Okay. So where they are meeting, all the 4 all the four are meeting on the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. Okay, what does it mean? This means when what is the meaning of extra plot? Means you are decreasing the temperature. When the temperature decreases, what happens? Volume also decreases. Whose volume? Gas volume. So till minus 273.15 if you go, that is the last temperature where any gas on this earth can be what? Brought to zero volume. Means minus 273.15 is the temperature for any gas where the movement of molecules in the gas ceases, stops. That means that is a point where gas becomes liquid, where the movement of molecules are restricted. So this you want to convey. So you take any gas, that is the last point. Beyond this is called hypothetical temperature. Okay, minus 273.15. No gas will go up to minus 273.15. It is ideal situation. Before that only. Okay, but that is the last. We want to say that if you want to bring any gas by chance, if you make a gas, if you discover such a gas where you can cool it, you can liquefy it, that should be done only up to minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. Beyond that, nothing. So no gas can be cooled like that. That is the last. And this temperature is called what? Absolute temperature. Okay. So minus 273.15 degrees centigrade means what? It is the absolute temperature. This is also the work done by not only Charles, Lord Kelvin. So this minus 273.15 nothing but what? 0 Kelvin. So 0 Kelvin is nothing but minus 273.15 degree centigrade. Both are related here. Okay, right. Excuse me. So absolute zero. What is absolute zero? It is the temperature at which volume becomes zero. That is the meaning. Okay, so the lowest temperature that is theoretically possible at which the motion of particles which constitutes heat would be minimal. It is zero on the Kelvin scale, equivalent to minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. That means 0 Kelvin is equal to how much? Minus 273.15 Kelvin, sorry, 15 degree centigrade. This is once again the work of I told Lord Kelvin. So that is a hypothetical temperature. All gas will cool before that only, but that is the last. Okay, right. Now a small derivation for the Charles law. Okay, so Charles law also found that one more interesting what he found, for each degree rise in temperature. What is the Charles law? Charles law is the relation between volume and the temperature, keeping the pressure and the amount of gas constant. So increase in temperature increase the volume. This is the statement. But what they found? They found that for each degree rise in temperature, volume of a gas increases by 1 by 273.15 of the original volume of the gas at 0 degree centigrade. This means, for example, you have taken 1000 ml of a gas. Okay. Now, if you heat 1000 ml of a gas to just increase 1 degree centigrade, okay, just you supply 1 degree centigrade heat to the 1000 ml gas. What happens? Volume increases how much? It increases to how much? 1 by 273 of 1000 ml. If you calculate, you will get approximately 3.6 ml. So, if 1000 ml gas is heated, if the temperature is raised to 1 degree centigrade, how much volume becomes? Volume becomes 1000 plus 3.6. It is 1003.6 ml. Okay. So, this is the relation they found. This is the derivation. Okay. Right. Suppose the volume of a gas at 0 degree centigrade uh, is V naught. This is general symbols. Okay. Volume at 1 degree centigrade equal to what? So that is equal to 1 by 273 of original volume V naught. Okay. So that's a V naught equal to V naught plus V naught by 1 by 273. Now volume at 2 degree centigrade, again 1 by 273 of the original volume. So that time it equal to V naught plus V naught into 2 by 273. So in the same you continue 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and finally volume at T degree centigrade, general equation. So volume at T degree centigrade, Vt, that is equal to how much increase? It is a 1 by 273 of the V naught at T degree centigrade. So that is the equation how it is written, Vt equal to V naught plus V naught into T by 273. Let us simplify this. So here V naught is a common. Therefore, Vt equal to V naught into 1 plus T by 273. Now, by taking LCM 273, this becomes Vt equal to V naught into 273 plus T by 273. Now, we have come to the conclusion that what is 273 point T? So, this 273 point T is nothing but absolute temperature or Kelvin temperature. Okay. So, T plus 270 is equal to capital T, which is called Kelvin temperature. Therefore, now this is modified as Vt equal to V naught into bracket T by 273. Okay. So, Vt equal to, you take inside V naught by 273, that is 1 by 273 volume at this temperature, absolute temperature or the Kelvin temperature. Okay. That means you can convert Kelvin to degree, degree to Kelvin. Okay. So only thing is what? You have to add a 273. Okay. That we have learnt in the 9th class. Okay. So this is the extra knowledge we get in the 11th class. Okay. Right. Now these are everyday examples of what? Charles law. When you heat the air, air becomes less dense due to the increase in the volume. So it is used in the adventure activities, especially in the Turkey. It is used even in India also. Nowadays it has become a craze. It is a sport. So in Goa, in Lonavala, you will find all these the adventure sports. Okay. Now see, balloon kept in the cold water and balloon kept in the hot water. So in the hot water, volume is expanding. This is the straight away example for Tesla. Now this is hot cake. Why it increase the size? It is due to the increase in temperature, increases the volume of the gas CO2, making the bread lighter and what increase in the size. Okay. Now you see our vehicles tires, whether it is two-wheeler or four-wheeler. Okay. So in the temperature in the hot May month, we keep normally less than the standard because increase the temperature, increase the volume of gas, there my tire may burst. That's why we keep little less in the summer, and even if you keep more than the normal in the winter, no problem because it is contracts. So all these are real life situations of Charles law. Okay. Now, soda water bottle, cold drinks bottles will keep in the fridge or in the ice because it contains dissolved carbon dioxide gas. If you come out, if you keep in hot condition, carbon dioxide expands. So that time bottle may explode, bottle may break. That's why we keep the soda bottle or any aerated water in the water in the cold condition. So all these are examples of Charles law. So my dear friends, today we understood the second law, second gas law. So in the forthcoming sessions, we discuss two more laws. Till then, have a nice time and bye.